All right, hey, good afternoon, everyone. Welcome again to another episode of the Regular Guys Daily Fantasy NBA DFS Show. I am David, and welcome back to the dungeon for today's edition of the Pick Six. Before we get started today, guys, try to remember this. If you guys like these videos, if these videos help you out at all, I would sure appreciate if you'd hit that like button down there below. Also, hit the subscribe button if you don't mind, and click the little notification bell. That way, you get notified every time we put out new videos. I like putting these videos out, guys. Daily fantasy has kind of become my passion, and now certainly trying to make significant amounts of money doing it. I put these videos out for just guys like us, the regular guys that. Aren't professional DFS players, don't put in 150 lineups a day, but can still make some money, try and make some money playing NBA or MLB or NFL. Can't wait till that comes back around. Daily fantasy. I am proof that you don't have to be a professional, guys. I've had quite a bit of success playing DFS. It's only increased my passion for playing DFS, and that's why I'm putting out these videos. Because I think there's a lot of people out there just like me that want to play but don't have, the time to devote to, spending several hours a day going through lineups, players, things like that. So that's why I'm doing it for guys like us to be successful. So if this helps you out at all, or if you like the content of these videos, again, it helps me out a bunch if you'd hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, and hit the notification bell. Also, follow me on Twitter at SandoDFS. The information is down there in that little box down there. I'm going to start having some contests as we attempt to continue to build this channel up and be able to put out maybe some more videos in the future. I'm going to start having some Twitter contests where you guys can, maybe win a little bit of extra DFS money. So make sure you follow me on Twitter at SandoDFS. We'll have more details about that. And we're going to start that actually today. When this video is over, I'll be posting it on Twitter. And if you get that link, if you follow me at SandoDFS, you get the link to this program. If we get 15 retweets of the tweet that I'm going to send out for the Regular Guy show today, I'm going to give somebody $25 in PayPal money that can use for DFS. Use it for whatever the hell you want. I don't care. As we attempt to grow the channel here so we can put out more content, so we can take deeper dives into this and continue to do this. So if you follow me at SandoDFS, I will be tweeting out the link to this video after we get done with it, and I'll just randomly select somebody to get $25 in PayPal cash. So let's get into today's Pick Six. Hopefully you watched yesterday's Pick Six. We had some lower-owned options that did very well yesterday, allowed us to cash some money. Zach LaVine, Nikola Vucevic, a couple other guys that did not have very high ownership, and we were able to put a lineup together that made a little bit of a profit. Let's try and do that again today. Interesting slate, 6-game slate. Again, one of the keys that we're trying to look for is to get a little bit different. There's some really, really strong stud plays on this slate. I don't have to tell you that. You know that. Steph Curry has been absolutely crazy lately. Russell Westbrook, of course, is almost like a free square. Giannis, Sabonis, all these guys at the top are really good plays today. Trae Young, I think, is a really good play today. But we also have to be able to build a capable, competent lineup that doesn't leave us with min salary guys that we're not even sure if they're going to score any fantasy points. And we also want to try and get maybe a little bit different than everyone else. A lot of these guys are going to have huge ownership today. So let's see if we can find something maybe a little bit different, maybe not quite as high owned, that can still be productive and get us in the money today. Russell Westbrook, let's just start out with him. I'm going to play him, okay? I'm going to keep playing him. I had a friend of mine reach out to me today and ask me, what the hell do I do with Russell Westbrook? And I'd forgotten, he plays over on FanDuel. And I haven't played on FanDuel yet. I'm not opposed to it. I just haven't tried it. I've had all my success on DraftKings. But he plays over on FanDuel. and he told me that Russell Westbrook's price over there was $12,400 today. That's when it starts getting interesting. I'm actually surprised DraftKings hasn't bumped him up closer to 12,000. As long as he's going to remain at 11,000, which I think is too cheap, I'm just going to keep playing him. He keeps putting up triple doubles. He's probably going to put up another one tonight, although Atlanta plays a little slower pace. Atlanta plays a little more defense than some of the teams he's been playing recently, but I'm not going to be the guy that doesn't play him and he goes off for another 80 piece because you're so far behind. Even if he has 80% ownership, which he's probably going to have somewhere near 80% ownership, just take the points and move on and try and get different somewhere else. That's the way I'm going to look at it. If you want to try and, say, well, maybe tonight's the night he doesn't triple-double and you want to fade him for a Steph Curry, a Trae Young, who, again, Trae Young is not in my pick six today because he doesn't fit into the way I'm building the lineup. I wanted to play Westbrook and Trae Young together, but as I start putting this pick six together and I started seeing how the roster construction was working, I didn't like the salary I was left with and the options at that salary. Now, if we have a situation throughout the afternoon where some min salary or close to min salary value opens up, then I might rethink this pick six a little bit because I really do think Trae Young's a good play today. So he's kind of my bonus pick for you, Trae Young. And if we could fit him into this lineup, I would. But I tried, and I didn't like how it looked, so we're going to go a different direction. Number 2 in the pick six today is a guy, he's played 2 games for Houston. But I'm going to keep riding this train until it busts. And I'm talking about Kyrie Thomas. He's 5,500, which if I'm looking at Houston, if I'm not playing Olynyk and I'm not playing Christian Wood, I'm thinking I want to look to Houston for value. 5,500 really isn't a value until you look at what he's done the last 2 games. His first game that he played for the Rockets, he only played 23 minutes, scored 30 fantasy points. They bumped him up last game, 34 minutes, 52 fantasy points. Now, are the minutes going to be available? Well, I think in the backcourt they certainly are because there's so many Houston injuries or guys just sitting out, as we see here. Now, Christian Wood and Kelly Olynyk are questionable today. I don't expect them to play. I frankly don't expect them to play the rest of the year. If they play, though, some of these Houston guys become a little bit less appealing just because those 2 guys are going to get so much of the usage regardless of position. But even if they do play, they're still a little shorthanded in the backcourt. Brown, Bradley, Wilson, we know about John Wall, Eric Gordon. And basically what I'm getting at, guys, is there's certain guys on Houston that are just blowout proof. Kyrie Thomas, his minutes bumped up significantly last game. I assume he's going to get at least that many minutes or more tonight in this game. And in a blowout, he would continue to play, I believe. Somebody like DJ Augustine, a little bit older player, if it starts to blow out, he might be one of the guys, that they pull out of the game. But I don't think that's going to be the case with Thomas. You're going to hear a lot of Daquan Jeffries today. And again, he's a fine play. If you want to save the salary from $5,500 and play Daquan Jeffries at $4,400, he's been getting big minutes as well. You decide. But I think Jeffries is going to be much more popular today. I think he's going to be much more highly owned. And that's why, even though it seems a little expensive, I'm going to take the chance, and I'm going to go ahead and play Thomas and hope he has another one of those 50-point games like he had last game. So, I mentioned Trae Young a little bit and how I tried to jam him in here, but I didn't like the way the lineup construction was working. I do, however, like that game. Washington, we know what Washington is. They play no defense. They play a very fast pace. Guys have had career games all year against Washington as far as Washington's defense. So I do want to target this game a little bit. And I'm going to go to a guy, again, that I don't think is going to be very high owned, but I think we can get some production out of. And at the power forward position, I'm going to go to Gallinari. He's been playing enough minutes off the bench that he's certainly viable. He scored 50, 30, and 37 fantasy points in his last 3 games. This 24 minutes here kind of concerns me. Game before that, though, he got 32. He got 28 against the Pacers. I think tonight, especially in a fast-paced game that I think should stay close, I think he's going to get upwards of 30 minutes again tonight, and I don't think he's going to be terribly popular. He's under 5K, so if he scores 30 fantasy points, that's 6X, and we're certainly hoping for even a little bit better than that. And again, I don't think his ownership's going to be very high. So we'll go to Gallinari so we can target that game. Another game I want to target is the Memphis-New Orleans game. We know about New Orleans defense now without Zion Williamson. It's not going to get any better. I imagine Brandon Ingram sits today. Regardless, that really doesn't affect this play because I think he's also going to be lower owned, and I think he has the opportunity. Big men have been really well against New Orleans, even with Zion, much like Washington, where big men have kind of feasted. He's not going to be high owned at all, I don't believe, and we're going to pivot here to J-Val, to Jonas Valanciunas. 8,200 is a little bit more than I wanted to spend. That's why this roster construction started getting a little bit weird when I had Trae Young in there. But he could certainly pay off that price point. He's been very productive the last few games. And much like playing Nikola Vucevic yesterday, I just think the matchup is so strong that I don't see any reason that J-Val just wouldn't crush in this situation. New Orleans shouldn't provide much defense. He should get as many rebounds as he wants, excuse me, especially without Zion in there. So I think he's a strong play, and I think he's a low-owned play. So we're going to go with J-Val. We're going to stick in that game. We found out again that Steven Adams here not that long ago. Steven Adams was ruled out for the day. A lot of people then I'm sure will go to Hernan Gomez, and he's a fine play. But I'm going to save some money, and I'm going to go to the guy that's actually been a little bit more productive, Jackson Hayes. These last couple games without Jackson Hayes has gotten more chances in the lineup without Steven Adams. God, I had a brain fart. I'm sorry. They've kind of split the minutes up a little bit. He's been getting more and more minutes and taking a few away from Hernan Gomez, and he's been just as productive, if not more. I think. Let's check how many points. I can't remember how many points he scored last night. Yeah, 42, 41 in the last 2 games. His minutes, 25, 26. He might even get more minutes tonight since he's continued to be so productive. So if I can get upwards of 30 minutes from Jackson Hayes at 4,500, I don't know how popular he's going to be tonight. He was pretty low owned from what I could tell the last 2 slates. Wasn't very popular last night for sure. So hopefully that continues. And hopefully his production continues. And it's a little bit different option than just plugging in Hernan Gomez. I think Jackson Hayes can be just as productive. And then the last guy we're going to put in the pick 6 here today, guys, like I said, I tried to put Steph Curry in, or not Steph Curry. I tried to put Trae Young in from Atlanta in this position, but watch this when we do that. Now we're down. We got 2 spots to fill at 3,300. I don't like what's down around 3,300 at forward. If we had another guard spot, it might be a little bit different. So I'm going to give this guy one more chance. I played him the last 2 nights, or last 2 slates, thinking he would be incredibly productive, much more productive without Ingram and without Zion. He hasn't been, but he has the potential. He has the upside. He just hasn't shot it very well. I hope he shoots it better tonight. I'm going to go back to him one more time because if he does, he is not going to be high owned tonight, guys. Again, the last 2 slates, he's been a flop. And I don't think people are going to go to him tonight. They're going to try and get to Trae Young. They're going to try and get to Steph Curry. And if Lonzo could put up one of those 60-point games, it's a risk-reward thing here. And on a 6-game slate where you're trying to stand out a little bit different in tournaments, try and be a little bit different, you got to take some chances. You got to take some risks sometime. So I know he has the potential. He should be more productive. Hopefully he'll shoot it better tonight against Memphis. and put up another one of those 60-point games that we know he's capable of. If you want to go to Eric Bledsoe here, who was incredibly productive last night, scored quite a few points. Let's just look. I want to see, because Bledsoe would be even cheaper here. Yeah, at 5,900. And how did he do last night? Yeah, he scored 52 fantasy points. He scored 24 points, though. If you look back the last 10 game, in the 10-game log, I know the game log isn't everything, but that's the first time in how many games that he scored over 20 points. So maybe without Ingram, maybe without Zion, he's going to take more shots and he'll become more reliable. So if you want to save some salary and throw Eric Bledsoe in here and then try and have a little bit more to spend up at forward, I totally get that. I'm going to go ahead and take a shot with Lonzo Ball just because I think, again, I don't think he's going to be very high owned tonight, and he certainly has the potential to go off. So that's the pick six for today, guys. Westbrook, Thomas, Gallinari, Valanciunas, Lonzo, Jackson Hayes, hopefully some lower ownership, and hopefully some high production. Again, before you get out of here, I would really appreciate it, guys, if you'd hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell. You get notified when we put the new videos out, and give me a follow at Sando DFS. And we're going to have a little contest. If we can get 15 retweets of the post that I'm going to put out about this video, I'm going to select somebody and just give them $25 for watching the videos and for retweeting them to help us try and grow and build this channel. I hope you're enjoying the channel. I'm loving doing it. Daily DFS has become my passion, and I sure hope that you guys are getting some kind of benefit out of these videos, and we can make a little money. I mean, look, at the end of the day, that's what it's about, is we're trying to make some money. So that's it for today. That's the pick six. Good luck to all of us tonight. Remember to retweet the post when you get it, and I'll talk to you guys tomorrow. Thanks for tuning in.